Alright, so here we are back at the actual motor. There's your two hoses, and we've got our pump here. So we'll pop this thing back in here. One quick note, when you're taking this thing apart, there will be water left in that pump. So notice I got a big brown towel stuffed down underneath there to catch all that water, to try to keep the floor dry. So I'll put the pump back on. It's pretty simple. Just slide it back on, put the two clips on it, and then put your hoses on and then slide those clips over. I'll show you a picture when I'm all done. Okay, so we got the pump hooked back up. Notice here I got the two clips, top one and bottom one, and I got these two connectors hooked back up. Word of advice for when you do it, I would hook these two hoses up first before you try to put your pump back on. It might be a little easier for you. Alright, so your drain tube here is the bottom one coming out of the bottom of the pump there. It runs down around, runs underneath your tub. It's going to be hard to see back here. There's a white clip down there, and mine it runs up the back here and it runs out through this fitting, and it comes up out of the back of the washer and goes over into my drain pipe. So make sure you hook that back up. Okay, now we got the front hooked back up, and it just tilts out when you're taking it apart. You just slide it back on, tilt it back to put it back together. The next thing we got to do is put these two little pieces on here, and they just slide in right like this. There's one on that side, and there's one that goes over here. It slides on right like so. There we go. And here's your next two pieces that go in. It's these two pieces right here. It's pretty simple. All you do is take this end, I'll get my camera here, pop it up underneath there, and then this piece pops down inside there like that, and that's what holds this back panel together. I'll show you on this side here. You can probably see a little better from this side. So we just slide that in there like that, and then pull our control panel out a little bit to make sure it slides down in there, and then it pops in right like that. Alright, the next thing we got to do is hook up our lid switch, which is this wire here. It just simply connects right here to this connection. Alright, we got all that done. Only thing left now is to pull the control panel down. It just flips back down in front here like this. There we go. And that's that side, and I'm going to show you over here on this side. Oh, looks like one of my clips popped out. I'm not too worried about though. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just glad this stupid thing's fixed. And last but not least, get your cord, get it over here, plug your cord into your power source. There we go. And I'm going to set it on a small load real quick, cold water, and we're just going to do a real quick wash. So we're going to set it on a light load. There we go, quick wash, and voila, we have water. Alright, so real quick, while this thing is filling up with water still, I'll just show you the tools you need. First thing you need is a putty knife, and that's to pop this control panel off. You simply just slide it under here, and it'll pop loose. You'll lift the control panel up. Those two big clips, which hold the back of the washer to this front part, just you need a flat tip screwdriver to go down in there and pop those loose. And then the last thing you need, of course, is a pair of adjustable pliers, and that's just to pop those clips loose on your hoses that connect to the pump. And of course you can hear it agitating now, which means we're back in working order. The only thing I'd recommend at this point is just double check for leaks, make sure it didn't damage your pump, and you can look down here. It's a little wet, but that's just from where I had the towel and a little bit of water went out over there. So I'll keep an eye on that, but looks like everything should be back together and back in operating order. That should be it. If you got any questions or anything or comments, just let me know. Thanks. Bye.